Now say hey.
Cursor.
Hey, my husband just brought me some scrambled eggs.
You know, it would have been better if he'd have brought you some gelatinous cubes.
Look who just popped in backstage.
What?
Quick, put him in the stream.
No, I have to. Hang on, I have to.
Into the stream.
I can't put him in the stream right now because it'll mess up everything. I have to put this over there.
Juan, tell us what you wanted to discuss during sound check.
Well, actually, we were talking about Hollywood movie stars and the condition of humanity in Hollywood. Well, one topic was Melody can't watch shows with people that she knows are bad people. So, like, Alec Baldwin's not.
Please name all the bad people.
Name all the bad people in Hollywood.
I'm burning all my bridges tonight, by the way. I'll probably never, Alec Baldwin was picking up the phone to call you. And then he was watching this. And
I've got a perfect part for Juan DeVivo.
He's not a real good chap. Let's just say that. So she won't watch anything with him in it. And then she doesn't like Tom Cruise because she doesn't like his face.
His face?
That's the explanation. Yeah. I can't go into any more detail because that's the explanation I get. What do you mean his face? It's stupid. I'm like, okay.
Whoa.
Stupid.
My gosh.
JT.
JT is jumping over his microphone.
JT is really loud.
That sound that you hear is John Thomas Oakes wrestling a washing machine down the stairs
with a lead pipe. So we got onto that conversation. John said he liked the Bourne movies, but then you never said why.
I do like the Bourne movies.
Did you find out something about Matt Damon after?
I've just heard his commentary, his political and social commentary.
You mean as of late? Okay,
yeah.
Lately he's been more vocal.
Well, derogatory things just about quote unquote religious people too. I think that's always kind of punching down.
It's funny. Well, it's funny because they never every anti-religious thing that I've seen lately. It's like you don't even really understand. It's like these darn Christians and they worship carrots.
They worship carrots and guns.
Yeah. They they don't even understand Christianity at all. I guess they just look at
read the Bible.
Always barbecuing. Do you have any idea what barbecuing does to the environment? You darn Christians.
So
your religious practices.
Matt Damon is one who did that water challenge. Remember the ice bucket challenge a few years ago?
What was it for ALS or something?
Something. Yeah. And he was like, but I want to conserve water. So I collected this bucket of water from various toilets in my mansion, and I'm going to use that water to conserve water. And that's when I was like, Matt Damon's an idiot.
Matt Damon.
That's hilarious because you've already used it basically. Like it's not going anywhere else. In the
not I'm going to downsize and have fewer toilets to begin with. No.
Did he get it from the toilet bowl or the toilet tank?
Because I don't know.
Let's be honest. Matt Damon did not collect that water. Matt Damon's assistant collected the water.
Did you know? Can we talk about this?
Dude, this is
my brother. My brother told me that there was a phrase that he heard. No, my brother. Yeah. Okay. So he said he says that there's a
still wrestling with the morality.
He said there's a thing called an upper decker.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
I've heard.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also called a recycler. That's what we call it.
You know what it is, Pete?
Yeah.
No.
Well,
I didn't know what it was either until David told me, and I said that can't be a thing. And he goes, "It is.
It's a thing."
I don't get the purpose of it though. Is it supposed to be like a prank? I know what it is, but it's like, I guess if you do it in somebody else's house,
right?
I get it.
Right.
Oh, okay. I think I just figured it out. Okay. So, real quick, JT, I think your microphone's a little louder than Dad's, but I want to hear the banjo too.
That's nice.
There's the banjo. Hearing that?
Yeah.
And here's the piano.
Right.
Well, that's just your mic.
Ooh, that's pretty loud too.
Everything is loud.
What do you think, Juan?
I've got
the piano is a little boomy, my friend.
Okay, I've got the automatic.
He says
I've got the automatic volume set on the settings on the audio.
The piano is a little boomy.
Do that.
Like bursts onto the scene. With the
boomy.
Is that better?
That's a little better. Yeah.
Can you give me? Yeah, there you go. I was going to give me an F below.
Still loud.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
Yeah,
I am going to start this dog and pony show.
Start this show before we.
I like the discussion I stumbled on. I'd like to talk more about that.
In the comments section, please let us know if you went to Urban Dictionary to find out what an upper decker is. Do not tell.
Yeah.
But also, we were getting to the point that Matt Damon. There was a story where Paul F. Tompkins was in a movie with Matt Damon, and at the end they brought in a bowl with blue liquid, and there was 2 gelatinous cubes in it. Nobody ever knew what it was. It's just like a weight loss. Weird. That's the thing. He told the story, but he never explained exactly what it was. They just said it's a weight loss thing, but they never said, medicine or whatever.
Well, it's probably after you eat that gelatinous cube, it ruins your appetite for the day.
There's a lot of things you can eat that'll ruin your appetite.
That's for sure.
You gotta get bowl of liquid.
The first time I found out what Jello was, it gave me pause for a moment. And then I decided, no, I just like Jello too much. I don't care what it's made
you're
of.
like, Same way. Also, tell us if there's any stars that you hate and why in the comments. JT, is there a movie you can't watch because of the person that is in it and you don't like them?
Oh, that's a good discussion. But I do have a story that's kind of related to what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I guess everybody gonna be so blessed. Hoping you cats gonna be impressed. Ain't no time to be depressed.
It's a long discussion.
Oh, wait
Are
a minute.
you ready for the best?
Whenever JT says I've got a story, it's like stop everything. We're gonna hear.
You better listen up. You better light the fire and come on close. Circle up, everybody.
Welcome to SCQS, everybody. My name is John. That's John.
Hey.
That's John Thomas Oakes. It's Juan DeVivo down there. There's Amanda, the Peaches, and we're so happy that you're with us tonight. But JT has a story, so we're stopping everything. Go ahead, JT.
We were talking about Alec Baldwin and how Melody can't watch him on movies.
Mm-hmm.
So Mom and I when we were living in Manhattan, we went to this little restaurant on Amsterdam Avenue one day called the Popover. That was her favorite place to go because she used to get a cappuccino and a popover, and it was just nice. And so we're sitting there by the window in a booth one day, and this couple sat down in the booth behind us, and Mom leaned forward and she goes, "I think somebody famous just sat down behind you." And I said, "Really? Who is it?" And she goes, "I think it's Alec Guinness." And I said, "I hope not, because he's dead." And my mom goes, "Well, maybe it's not him. It's another Alec. It's the guy who was in Pearl Harbor." I said, "Alec Baldwin?" And she goes, "That's it." So I turned around and it was Alec Baldwin. And so I'm not afraid to walk up to people. So I just got up and I said, "Hey, how's it going? I'm JT. This is my mom, Pat. Seen your stuff. I like your stuff." And he was very nice to us.
Okay.
And I know his politics are bad, and you know he
once got kicked off an airplane because he wouldn't stop playing Candy Crush. So that's a story.
Yeah,
he left a swearing voicemail to his teenage daughter. That was another.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but
strike.
I'm not sure that he knows Jesus, so maybe that may have something to do with it. I know his brother Steven does know Jesus though, and I saw Steven on an interview one time on the 700 Club, and the guy said, "So, Steven, do you think your brother Alec is ever going to come to Jesus?" And there was this long pause, and Steven just gave the guy a stare, and he goes, "You know what? Alec is my brother, and I love him, and we're not going to talk about my brother." And it was like, oh, that line of talk is done. And I loved it. I loved that response because he was like, "He's my brother, and I love him." Next question.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't have thrown in a with God all things are possible kind of thing, but he got dark there for a second.
Yeah.
Steven's
the pause
married.
was the best part, though. This pause was the best part where he just looked at the guy.
To be fair,
To
be fair, Alec Baldwin is probably not the only one who refused to quit playing Candy Crush on an airplane before takeoff.
But to be ejected from a flight, do you know what kind of
Candy Crush is very addictive.
Okay, I'll give you that. But I just wanted to say a fact too. Stephen Baldwin's married to China Phillips.
Oh yeah,
Of Wilson Phillips, the "Hold On for One More Day."
yeah,
that song.
yeah.
And we met both of those people. They came to like a CCM thing that we did, and met
Are
them
they nice?
once briefly. Yes,
Well,
I mean, in that,
like
in
if
that
they
scene,
weren't, like he would say
right.
that, he would go, "No, they're trash people."
That'd be funny if you were. Can you imagine being? I wish I was that famous for one day, because you go around meeting people. You're at an event. You're supposed to be nice, right? What if you're just like a jerk to everybody? Just going,
It's a total jerk.
"Hey, Mr. DeVivo, good to meet you." You just make a face at him. Like, who are you?
Right.
But it's
I wish I could say the same.
It's like
You got to figure out how to break through the veneer sometimes. So you never know what's going on in somebody's life.
I had a line on stage that I would use from time to time where I would go, "Oh, I envy you people in the audience because I wish I was experiencing my comedy for the first time." And I meant it as a joke, but awesome. I would get a lot of weird looks like, "Wow, you're pretty pretentious." So I quit doing it because they didn't understand that.
That's funny. That's like a Bilbo Baggins line.
Yeah.
Really
and I've told friends at Bible study, like if I'll say something, I go, "Oh, that's a really good insight." I have said before, "Yeah, I know. I envy all of you guys outside of me getting to hear my wisdom.
I wish I could hear
I
me.
wish I had your place where I could listen to me talking."
That's awesome. You see, when you're saying in a comedy show and there's like Pythagorean theorem and circles and stuff popping out of people's heads, swirling around.
I can only use that line with certain people who get me. It's got to be the right crowd who gets me. Otherwise, I just look like a doofus.
Got to be a bit more sciencey. Get that joke.
My goodness, we have a great show this
It's
evening.
already huge.
I'm excied.
It's already a huge show. JT, are you curious as to how big it is?
Oh, I was just getting ready to ask that. How big is that show tonight?
He was just thinking about woolly mammoths.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's big.
Well, this would be a typical show.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Imagine that this woolly mammoth is to scale of a woolly mammoth. And that's a typical show. Tonight's show looks more like this.
Wow, you increased the speed on that.
That's a great model.
Wow.
Increase the speed. It's so big, but it moves so fast.
I used to have to click it like a full 4 seconds before he wanted it to come up, and it was always kind of an ordeal.
And guys, I noticed that. I've sort of felt your suffering and the angst that you had.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me you did it, so you were like, if this is a typical show, and before you even said tonight's show, I clicked it, and it was like, woo, wah, and then it was up.
Not only is this a gigantic...
do it again. Ready? Click. Wow, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Woo. It's snappy, man.
You need those sound effects, too. Those sound effects would be cool.
Not only is this slide projector the size of a building, but that is a full roll of slides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even know what's coming.
Let's try that, Mandy. This time, go back to the way the slide was before. And this time, add the sound effects. You add the sound effects for when the graphic pops up. So tonight's show is represented by this woolly. A typical show is represented by this woolly mammoth. Tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Wah, he.
Okay,
that was great.
We'll have to work on that.
That's one snappy graphic right there.
I'm glad you guys are here, audience, to watch our rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
So the truth of the matter, JT literally walked in during sound check and was getting his microphone all ready. And prior to that, Luke and Dad and I were in a movie theater until 6:30? 6:35.
Wow.
Yeah, we
were watching home. Maverick, Top Gun.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So
and what the hardest thing I've ever done is drive home obeying the speed limit after watching Top Gun. Seriously, I was in my little Prius, just like, I want to go to the danger zone.
Mach 10, Mach 10, Mach 10.
What do you call obeying the speed limit, though? Is that are you a strict? If it says 45, you're doing 45.
For the speed limit?
Yeah. Do you have a margin of error?
No, I try to stay within the speed limit. And we're gonna go on. We're gonna ignore everything that Tabby says in the comment sections, because now she's gonna start swearing that I'm always 5 to 10 miles an hour under the speed limit, and that's just not true.
I'm always 9 miles an hour over usually, because at 10 the Georgia people, the state troopers.
There it is. Like I said,
he goes 5 under.
He never goes the speed limit. He drives like an old woman.
But like, so if you're wondering why it kind of seems like amateur hour here on SCQS tonight, it's because we were all very distracted.
This is highly polished.
This is why you tune in, to hear.
We're laser focused. We're honed.
Hear all of our last minute thoughts after rolling in from wherever we were.
I can recommend Top Gun. It's a pretty good flick.
Luke and I were talking about it.
A little bit of language in it, but you know what had more language? The previews of the movie going. I was surprised at how much language there is in previews now that are shown before relatively family friendly movies.
Well, PG-13, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it was still like. Anyway, but Luke and I were talking about it on the way home, and it's a good movie. We saw a good movie today because it was like people wrestling with good versus
honorable
evil, and like trying to have character traits that we should all emulate. You'll never believe it.
Yeah, it was. I was shocking. I was shocked. I was waiting for the thing to come along to make me go, there it is, the cringy thing.
Yeah,
all of it was.
It was men trying to learn how to lead better and how to pass the mantle to the next generation in a like an honorable way. It's weird. It's weird.
And and a lot of stuff blew up.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm sold.
Lots of blowing up. So I can recommend it. All right. So before we go any further, the show's half over. And we need to give a shout out to our clickers, JT.
Clickers are great, super amazingly great, athletic and fun and super smart. Their beautiful faces a work of art. Clickers are great. They're excellent, awesome, and great. Without them, we'd be destitute and drifting into the abyss. Lovely clickers, we blow you a kiss. Sometimes the traffic's really thin, sometimes the traffic's thicker. I thought I'd be late tonight, but I still love the clicker.
This evening, in no particular order, our clickers of the week are Dan Smith. No problem pronouncing that. And
good luck with this one.
Good luck for Luke Meyer.
Man, I thought we sound checked that bad boy. Why is it so loud?
It's still still too loud.
No, something happened where, like, for a little, I was getting freaked out because every time JD would talk, his picture would freeze, and then he'd say something, and then it would come back, and he's not talking. So it was like you'd never see his mouth moving. It would always, and then something happened to your mic, and now it's loud again. But you're good.
Loud.
I just thought it was funny.
I don't know why.
JT's a slideshow.
Well, I won't play the piano again tonight. I'm done.
He's done with it.
Done with the piano.
We would
see what I'm saying?
We would sincerely love to have you join us. If you want to support the show and become part of our merry band, you can go to johnbrandy.com and sign up to become a comedy clicker. There's a free version of the comedy clicker where you just send us moral support by saying, hey, I identify and be one of your tribes. And then there's 2 levels that involve paying us money. And we love that. You can be, if you're a money person, you can go to the effort party and you can hear where all of these ideas come from. And
like it took JT a whole week to think up the line about traffic and the traffic being thick. That was like, we were racking our brains for like 3 days going, man.
We heard stories at the effort party from JT last week that we are still talking about this week.
We told some of those stories at church today.
We told him in church today, cool. and we said the thing that was so fun about it was he just launches these incredible things out into the ether. Oh, by the way, I've got an ant. Yeah, and we're like, what? Oh yeah,
not bad, an ant with a third leg.
Yeah.
But
yep. And you're like, oh, it's a comedy show. He's just kidding. But he's not.
Please consider joining our clickers. We sincerely appreciate your support. All right. tonight's show is JT's here now, so I'm still in a mode where it's like, okay, we gotta figure out what to do. We gotta rearrange stuff.
We had nothing till JT got here.
JT has music tonight, and I don't know even how to begin to set this song up. So
wait, let's do this, and then let's do this.
All right. Hey. I hope it don't freeze. I'll set it up.
It's just a picture.
I didn't write a SKU specific song this week. I started late in the week, so I went back and watched the episode, but nothing was landing with me. So I actually cheated a little bit, and I went to a lyric that I've been working on for a little while, and I just finished that lyric and wrote a tune to it. So I hope you enjoy this song tonight. And we went back and forth on a couple of lines on it, but I think it's in pretty good shape now. So we'll see what happens. All right. This is called Back to the Shack. Here we go. You thought he'd make you happy with that shiny diamond ring. You thought he really meant it when he promised everything. You thought he meant forever. All he wanted was a fling. Come on back to the shack. I ain't no millionaire, but I kept your favorite chair and all your almond joys. Though I'm sorry that we parted, we'll go back to where we started. We could get our romance back on track if you'd saddle up and come back to the shack. You ought to know by now I ain't the kind of guy who blames. I'm no good at holding grudges, pointing fingers, naming names. I just want to hold you, babe. I'm tired of playing games. Come on back to the shack. I ain't no socialite, but it's too quiet here at night, and we could make some noise. Though I'm sorry that you flew, we've got some catching up to do. I know that you ain't got no Cadillac, so grab a bike or bus and come back to the shack. I ain't got a lot, but you don't need to raise a fuss, 'cause living on our love is gonna be enough for us. I said I want you back, ain't nothing further to discuss. Come on back to the shack. I ain't no superstar, but I love you better, darling, than them other boys. Though I'm sorry that you went, I'm guessing all your money's spent. Baby, sober up and give my heart some slack. Ask your mama for a ride or rent a hack. I'll leave the light on if you'll come back to the shack.
Yeah, we made some adjustments to the lyrics that may not have made it on the slide.
Oh, okay. All right. We got rid of it.
We got most of it.
Right.
Well, originally it was hop a cattle car and grab yourself a snack.
Right.
Okay.
Ask your mama for a ride and baby come back to the shack.
Close enough. Yeah.
Something like that.
It evolved. The song evolved throughout the week.
That's the kind of song that I wish I could play with you live. I wanted to like grab a dobro. That's right in my wheelhouse right there. That's the kind of music I like making.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We should try to figure out a way to do that one week.
Yeah, we get in the same room sometime.
That's what I'm saying. I just need to go up to where you are.
Yeah.
No, but I think it could work. I think it could work if you threw the instrumentation back and forth. Like JT plays, the piano, and then over to Juan, and then he comes in with the guitar, and then back to JT.
We tried it once. Me and Brian did. He sang a K-pop song, and I went, Brian, just sing with what you hear, and I'll just keep playing straight. And it was so on my end, it was so messed up, but I didn't know if it came through all right. But
I remember that.
It was torture.
I remember that. All right, Juan is back he was actually back with us last week, and he's been overseas in Europe.
Yeah,
where
I just got over my jet lag. It was only like a month ago.
The United States.
Is that me or is that John?
That's
John.
That's him.
Okay.
Recently.
Here we go. I'm gonna pop him out of there for just a moment.
Ooh. Should I? He was setting me up anyway. Should I?
Yeah, you can go ahead, and I even have your visuals. Right. Your visuals are ready.
Well, gather around, boys and girls. I want to take you back to a simpler time, where someone would go out of the country and they'd come back and have a dinner party, and then shove something inappropriate into a Jell-O mold. Gather in the living room, pull down a screen, and show you some slides of their trip. And hey, Johnny, I'm glad you're with us.
Proceed.
Did you have a thing though? It sounded like you had like a good thing going, and then the internet went out. Or you just
no. Well, I had an intro, but it sounds like you covered the intro as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but you're back with your slides from Europe.
So grab yourself a slice of olive loaf, and let's all look at the worst slideshow you'll ever see.
A slice of olive loaf.
Yeah. The 70s, man, they were not good for dinner parties. I don't know why, but anyway.
You gotta give me the cue.
Oh no, I don't have it. Okay, hang on a second. So when I'm gonna give you guys a story.
Can you not see it up on the screen? Oh, you've got notes.
No, I mean when you want me to click it, you know what to say. You know what to do.
You know how this works, Juan.
When you want me to advance the slide.
I actually okay. I know what you're saying.
Did you actually go to Europe?
I did. And it's what in the world is going on?
Next slide.
Oh, I found it. I went, oh my gosh.
Because we wondered about that. We were asking, we said, send us some things that are German specific. And,
right.
And so, all you sent us was signs.
Yeah. So we have pictures. I'm going to have a story for each picture because there's 1,000 words.
Okay.
The picture says 1,000 words. And then when you hear this.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
That's the sound that'll let you know that we shall advance. All right. So
I like that you recorded that.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
Okay. So this is my luggage. And this was at the airport. And we all kind of lined up our luggage. I think it's nice. I got it from Walmart. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty indestructible. I've had it for a while, man, a couple of years. I call it, this is such a nerdy name, but I call it my Master Chief suitcase because it looks like the Halo armor.
It does. It looks like the armor.
Stuff,
so why did you wait a minute? Why did you gray out? Why did you gray out that?
Here's the dumb thing. Well, we had little tags on them, so I don't want people stealing. But somewhere on this picture, there's another tag that you could anyway.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
Was that one for real?
Yes. Sorry, that other one was a misfire.
Okay.
And this is my backpack. This is one of my favorite. This is my favorite backpack because it's my only backpack. Mm-hmm. And you know what's weird is like I have like a emotional attachment to this thing. Yeah, it's gonna be something.
It is. It's already something. Why is that Manila folder? Why is that Manila envelope not in the backpack?
Because we were checking in and we had all kinds of paperwork we had to have because I don't know how you feel out there, folks, excusers, but I personally am not vaccinated. And to go to Germany, I had to have paperwork saying everything was okay. And I had to go on a Zoom call and someone had to watch me take a COVID test so that I could go on an airplane and go play in another country. So
they had to watch.
That was fun. Yeah, that was fun. You get to, they go, you shove it up your nose and you're watching yourself on the camera, and then they watch you put it into the little card, and then they go, okay, we're going to set the 15-minute timer and we'll be back. So don't go anywhere. And so you're sitting there for 15 minutes playing on your cell phone game.
Why?
Next slide, please.
Why are you blocking out the tags? What is it that
I feel like people, when we do when they take pictures, they tell you not to be wearing your credentials and stuff because people can reproduce that or whatever.
Does it have your address on it? Is that why?
It's a specific look, so I don't know if people would reproduce it or whatever. I don't know. I'm always paranoid about that stuff.
Okay.
You know what's worse is people who take pictures of their own kids and put like a heart emoji on their face. And so,
they have to do that with foster kids.
Foster kids. Okay, that does make sense.
Yes,
I've seen that.
If they're wards of the state, you have to.
I'm like, if you're walking around.
Yes.
Anyway, all right. So this is. Go ahead and start the video. I don't know how it's gonna audio is gonna.
It might be very loud.
It'll be
Everyone,
terrible.
hold on to your headsets. Nope, it's actually.
It's muted. Okay. So this is in
Melody?
Germany. That's Megan.
Megan.
Megan's got the other. So what we did was we saw a mouse running around and we trapped it in a traffic cone.
Josh is going to squish it whenever.
And now you're dragging it towards the door.
Yeah, we're trying to get it out the door, but
You're trying to get that
That's
German
Melody.
mouse out the door.
that is Melody's laugh. In case
No,
you
he
don't
won't
know.
run. He won't run out the
So
door.
Josh gets another traffic cone just in case he pops out.
In case he comes out, you got another cone.
Here it goes. We're almost there to
It won't.
the door.
How did Megan get nominated to be the mouse mover?
And he started coming out the back end, so now they got the cone. He's going to catch him in this cone. He starts scooching. He's going to make it. We're going to make it out, right? That's
There he goes.
That's how fast the mouse was. I couldn't even get him on video.
I know
that
how to
was-
say
yeah.
mouse in German.
In German, what's mouse?
Mouse.
The German word for mouse is mouse.
Yeah.
Okay. There's
Somebody
Melody.
goes, there he goes.
What's funny is we count a mouse and we're getting him out the door, and the whole time I'm like, he's not going out. Even if you get outside and you open the traffic cone, he's gonna pop right back inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I had the video camera out. I still couldn't get him on video, and he runs right into another office where a bunch of German people are. And so, how do you say? You say mouse like
How
that's
do you
the
say
accent?
excuse my mouse in German?
Mouse.
I'm sorry
Mouse.
about the mouse.
It's
Bitte Maus.
M-O-U-S, right?
But the mouse. Oh,
M-A-U-S.
mouse. That's right. Okay.
M-A-U-S, that's right.
That's right, because there's a graphic novel. Okay, I get it now. All right.
Mhm.
Hold on, I got to unlock my screen.
Their mouse S verboten.
Next slide, please.
Oh, wait a minute. It
That's
did
how
it
we
again.
know.
Hang on.
Oh, is that like if you advance it, then it plays it? or
Yeah,
something?
I don't know how to.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
This is a German improv group. I just thought you guys wanted to see
Look what it says at the
Improv
bottom.
Improtheater, Die Luke.
Says
Die,
Luke.
There's no comma. And, oh, we missed them. That was in February. But I thought,
missed Die Luke.
comedy's everywhere, and you can kind of tell, even though we have the language barriers, you think this looks like a funny improv troupe. Cue rage. Anyway,
If we could understand what they were saying, we would laugh.
right. And people say, there's no okay. So this is the other. So this is proof that I was in Germany. So, JT,
Song
That
is
totally
translation.
proves it right there.
No doubt about it.
what's JT? What's pronunciation here?
Elektrische Betriebsraum.
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 Betriebsraum. That's right.
Betriebsraum.
This is where I get messed up because Melody corrects my pronunciation. Even if I'm trying to be funny, she's like, "That's not how it is." It's so she was here. I'd be
So
able to do
what,
that.
what
but-
is this? Do you know? Like, what is this that you took a picture
It's
of?
a song for next week.
Yeah, it's a it's an electric Christmas tree. Isn't that right? It's like, oh, Betriebsraum. Is that that's the word, right?
Beatrice from
Oh, Electrica Betriebsraum. How lovely are your branches.
You have a mouse.
There is sometimes in Germany they're talking and you're like, you sound like you're you're American and you're just making up German words.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, well, it's like ich is I, right? Ich, you just ich. I've been shopping in this shopping mall, Mullen Schrauben. I have the Pansen. Put on Pansen. And it's like you're really close to speaking German if you just start making up stuff that you think.
If you just start saying Zen at the end.
You do it with
Hansen, Schurzen.
I'm not sure if I heard that.
Oh.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
It really is enchanting. It's almost like a harp glissando. I liked. I know we're joking around, but I really like the name of this Maskenpflicht. Isn't it? We will inflict our mask upon you. Whatever. I didn't even pay attention to the bis zum Zugeweisen Stitzplatz. Stitzplatz is what you do in the upper deck of the toilet when you want to make pranken. You make pranken on your enemies.
So Maskenpflicht is German for light bulb with backpack.
Oh yes, that is because sometimes when the light bulb goes out, you have the backpack as a utility thing. You can repair it in that short time.
Next slide, please.
Okay. I forget how many. Okay, so I thought for sure this was. I went around taking pictures of the posters, and there's not all German. We went to other countries, but I thought this guy was a magician. So I was like, well, obviously, I was trying to in my head. I'm like, it doesn't really matter what country you're in. You can tell what a person's act is just by looking at. And I was like, I was taking a picture, going, all right, this is it. And the guy was like, this is a comedian. I was like, okay.
He's a comedian?
All right. Yeah. So this is one of their comedians that he's half Turkish, is like his mom's from Turkey or something. So
I have got to have my headshots redone.
So you need
near enough sparks and fire.
Well, first of all, you need some sort of tiny facial hair, not a beard. Beards aren't cool anymore. You need small,
more of like a
soul patch. Yeah.
Satan's goatee.
Something. Yeah. And what's the other thing that he was in? Well, leather jacket, but then he's got like electricity or fire going on somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's doing there. To me, that says magician. It's like he's going to be creating anyway.
Well, so does the lettering too. That wild Turkin or whatever.
See, that to me says magician, but no, the guy was like he's quite hilarious.
He's hilarious. It's like he looks scary. He looks like he's summoning the dead in this picture.
That's what I'm saying. It's like there's some sort of optical illusion that's going to happen right now. It's going to make a statue disappear, cut a lady in half with a mirror or something.
I would not expect to see a comedy show. I would expect to attend the seance if this
you're like you're in the middle. Where is the magic? These are all jokes. Bring out the card tricks. Okay.
Next slide, please.
Just to show you that we were in legit halls of entertainment. The great David Hasselhoff came. I always make that joke, but I don't think anybody gets it. I'm like, the Germans like us and David Hasselhoff. So I'm not sure. What do you think? Do you think this was his stage outfit?
I would hope so.
With this?
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't just wander around in public.
Maybe it's like during, the slow part of the night, he makes a costume change during the dance number. And he comes out, with a drink in his hand and a cigarette. And he wants to sing something slow, like the lady from Ipanema or something.
Loses his shirt and just puts on a silver jacket over the top of it.
Do you think his success is mainly because of his last name? Because he's German? Everybody just went, he's famous American.
No, his success is because he's awesome.
You're right.
Is it?
I'm sorry.
What does he do though? Like if you go to see David Hasselhoff live, what does he do?
I know that. I'm not sure. I know he sings a little bit, but I'm also sure that there's 20 minutes of him staring like that intently at the audience. So I know that they cherish eye contact, so he just makes eye contact with people.
Next slide, please.
Act is just prolonged eye contact.
Oh, this was some trees.
Oh.
In Ludwigsburg. I thought that was nice. It was a park.
Next slide, please.
Would that be a sidewalk in the middle of them?
It's then and then okay. This is a blurry picture of Matt Redman talking with our drummer.
talking with you.
Our drummer. So Matt Redman, I don't know if you know, he wrote this song 10,000 Reasons. So and we've toured with him before. He's a great guy. I was trying to snap a candid picture in the dark.
You did.
That
is what you did.
It is candid. There's no Photoshop here, no filter.
No way.
It looks like it might be at the back of a disco.
Oh well, you know what? There was something to go. I thought this was funny because it sounds threatening.
Yeah, it does.
Something exciting is about to happen in Rotterdam. I was like, because exciting isn't always positive. Yeah,
we will not tell you what it is,
but it's with the accent. But
I will give you a hint. The last part of it is Hasselhoff.
It starts with Hassel, but it's not bad.
It starts with David, ends with Hasselhoff.
What would you think of something? Because that's
if I saw that.
Yeah.
If
you look behind you and think someone's going to pull my pants down.
Yeah, those block letters, it looks like a propaganda poster.
Oh, misfired.
No. Gosh, my thumb. I always make fun of my daughter because she'll be playing with it. She's doing the music and stuff while we're riding, and then the song will stop, and she goes, "Oh no!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a touch screen, and you touched it."
Yeah, that's how I ended up accidentally recording myself talking about a lamp in the Telegram group. If you want to support the show, you can become a Click member. You can get access to our Telegram group, and then you can sometimes get messages from me that just say, "Hey, did you see that lamp?"
Right. You guys are missing out on all of the lamp conversations.
That's Bob Smiley level like segue.
Yeah.
Right there. Segueing into anyway.
Yeah. Well, when my phone and we don't always get along. So
moving along, we're walking along a street. This place is called
Harlem. Oh no. What happened?
No, go back.
Back up.
What is this?
No, we've got to go back.
So we had some time off in Rotterdam, and this place called Harlem. Actually, Corey ten Boom is from there. If you know anything about that lady in World War II, so that was our time there. It's like kind of it's pretty.
That looks pretty exciting in Rotterdam.
I'm very sorry I tried to skip it.
We were walking around. Yeah.
Next slide, please.
Also in Rotterdam, the next one, me and Melody were walking along the European. You can press play because it's kind of. I'm going to narrate.
Oh, there's a cat.
There's a little kitty, and he was really nice looking. Actually, as far as I'm not a cat person, but he was striking. But there's a red door too. That's an Amsterdam or no.
He had enough.
That's what's weird. That's the weird thing to me about cats. It's like, yes, that's the spot, and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, I'm done now.
They can't help it. They can't help it. It's like they're programmed to just lash out at people.
Oh yeah.
I guess there's like it again.
Well, you can watch it again. You want to see Melody get ravaged by a cat.
That's how God makes sure that people don't end up loving cats more than dogs.
Oh, there you go. Because they already look a little better than dogs. But this is a karaoke bar, and it's still in Rotterdam. And just thought that was it's Shibuya, and it's kind of small too. It's like I guess you could fit like 5 people in there, so you can only like people. I guess maybe be standing out in the streets singing "I Will Survive."
And that happy cat holding a microphone, that to me says comedy club. Like I would have thought that's where the comedy would go.
What would they do if you signed up for karaoke but then started spitting out jokes?
Just did open mic?
You did like an open mic while
what could they do?
My
Juan,
heart will go on.
What could they do?
What if you were doing jokes while a Celine Dion song is the instrumental's playing in the background? Anyway.
Next slide, please.
Okay. That's something I need to do if I ever.
We are going to do comedy karaoke on SCQS at some point.
This is kind of a picture of our bus, and then also another picture of Harlem. It's Harlem. It's with 2 A's. They do a lot of unnecessary vowels in Rotterdam. Down at the bottom, though, interesting fact, like where there's looks like eggs. Those are eggs. Are called Kinder eggs, and they're illegal in the United States.
Yes, they are.
Because they're chocolate eggs, but you break them open, and inside is a little toy that you can swallow and choke on. Because American children are not as smart as
European children.
European children. So what's funny is our drummer got somebody to buy like a dozen of them, and he ate them in like a day. because you eat the chocolate around it. The chocolate's really awesome.
Because it's mostly toy. Remember, there was a day in America, some of you guys old enough to remember in America, that Cracker Jack used to have toys in them. And
they not do that anymore?
Nobody ever choked to death on the Cracker Jack toy. Nobody ever accidentally swallowed the toy in a box of cereal.
Wait, what was it?
Nobody. Or at least if they did, we were like, well, so what? What was that? What was the kid?
Johnny.
What was the kid that choked to death on the Cracker Jack toy going to accomplish anyway? You know, what was he going to do with his life?
John for Darwinism. Oh.
Next slide, please.
Next slide, please.
If you want to, you can have that map. There's I'm taking a picture of Melody taking a picture of the Irish countryside. So that was, we had a whole day. We just drove in a bus, and I have a rule about taking pictures from buses. I don't know if you guys have ever been like on a trip where they're driving you around and they're like, look, isn't this beautiful? And you're taking pictures, and some of them are out of focus, and then the other ones are like that tree one that I showed you. Because I was like, that's why I showed that. Because like at that I was like, man, what a beautiful park. Click, and I showed it to you guys, and you're like, oh,
yep,
trees.
Trees.
Well, the way you said it was great, though. There's some trees. It's like, wow, they are.
I have some members of the family who shall not be named who often like to send scenery pictures or videos of concerts that are happening. They're at a concert and they're going to send a video of the concert. Yeah,
that's great. What
and the lights are going, and it's like, wow,
it's Foreigner. Can't you tell? I'm like, no, it's out of focus and it's distorted.
I think we've sent some pictures of Casting Crowns concerts, haven't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, but they were probably great pictures, considering that you're right next.
Slide, please.
Oh, that's true. That was on.
Okay, there you go.
That was excellent, but it wasn't so much.
Hey.
Here's a map of Donegal, Ireland.
Breathtaking.
So you guys at home, if you take a screenshot of this and zoom in, you could basically take a tour. I mean,
Donegal.
It's all right there. Yeah, Donegal Island. There's a castle and stuff.
All in English.
Yeah, they speak English there in Ireland. So
yeah, isn't that great?
Don't they? They
it's
don't
easier
speak
to get
Gaelic?
around.
Where do
I think they can. Some of them, yeah, they can in Ireland. I don't know what the rule is, but nobody spoke it to us. We just walked up and go, "Hey, I'd like a coffee," and then you go, "Oh, okay, sure, and I'll get you a coffee."
Sure, and we'll get you a coffee.
I think they were going to vote this year on whether or not Irish was. They were going to just do away with Irish as a language.
Do away with it?
Yeah, I think there's like an official referendum in
you
place.
Get fined or something?
And there's a bunch of people who want to keep Irish as the Irish language, which and it's Irish. It's not Gaelic. It's Irish. Irish is the language.
Who's going to stop you?
So
guy walking around with a club.
Well, they can't stop you.
Who's over here speaking Irish?
You know, they can make it unofficial.
Line up against the wall.
Yeah, it's like Latin. You know, is a dead language now. People still use Latin words, but
but there's no laws against speaking Latin that I'm aware of.
No,
well, we never did away with it though. You have to. That's an aggressive act to go.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do away with it. Just everyone gather up all the Irish. Let's throw it in this big pot.
What's going to happen to Celtic Woman if they do that,
North Sea.
right?
Yeah.
Because they do Irish songs all the time.
It's just going to be woman.
We're not any kind of specific.
So there actually is an Irish language, and it's not English. It's not.
Yeah, it's different.
Irish is a language.
Yeah.
Gaelic is not a language.
Now we have to find out about that.
Well, it's on Duolingo. I've been taking Russian on Duolingo because of Melody.
До свидания.
Next slide, please.
Let's move this on.
Taking Irish before it's too late.
Oh, can you guess? This is a weird news kind of moment. Anyone want to venture a guess
You
as
went
to what
jail. Oh, it's the
hole is?
Tower of London?
No, it looks like a.
This is still Donegal, by the way. This is a castle.
It looks like some sort of a ham and cream cheese sandwich has been locked up for some reason.
Yeah. That's so. The chieftain of the Donegal people, he choked on it. You can see there's a little bite out of it, and then they just it displeased him, so they locked it away.
They locked it away. Throw that sandwich in the dungeon.
Anyway, I was wondering why. No, I thought you were going to right off the bat guess toilet, which it is.
It's
but the gate is to keep people from using it. I'm imagining.
Oh, that's a hole. I thought
Yeah,
that
it's
was
not.
a sandwich.
It's not like this. It's like
It does look.
it's
Yeah, that's why I went.
concave,
That's why I
not
went with it. 'Cause I was like,
convex.
you know what? It does look like a sandwich.
So this is like an Irish rest park.
It's a rest area.
Is that how the rest parks are in Ireland?
Hey, are you feeling tired and gassy?
Well, you couldn't leave an upper
Come on
decker
in.
there.
Is that corned beef? So, okay, so here's a. I don't know if I should tell you this. Here's an interesting fact I learned. I didn't know this before I went. So, if you go and see a castle, there'll be a toilet, and then it's a hole that goes down to the basement, and it just stays there. And in fact, that's where they would keep. That's where the dungeon would be, by the way.
Ooh.
Is where the toilet ended up. So the lady, the tour guide said, you know, the invaders, the enemies would be getting smart, and they realized they could shoot straight up in there. and injure people. Let's just say that. So they decided to start. They made it with a curve. They decided to build it with a curve, and it's like, would you like to be the
shoot straight up? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like, you know, they call that curve. How would you have that curve named after you? Like, this is the JT, this is the JT bend that we put in there, because you remember what happened to JT.
You remember what happened to JT?
But
you remember how he got the wee arrow in his hiney?
It was tiny, but it
wasn't wee.
It wouldn't let go.
It felt a lot bigger than it was.
The demure name, instead of calling a toilet or the poop hole, it's a guardrobe. Does that sound like anything? Like it would tell you what's going on in there?
No,
so
it doesn't. It sounds like
the guardrobe.
It sounds like Irish.
So next time you're at somebody's house, ask for the guardrobe. See what happens. I'm like, maybe they'll hand you a bathroom, like a towel or something. I don't know. Is this all right? Oh,
next slide, please.
Please forget that part.
Oh no!
Is this
another video?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is a scenery photo. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to narrate it. This scenery photo from it's got it doesn't need audio
from the bus window. So
somebody gave me the bright idea to shoot in slow motion. So you kind of get like shoot a video in slow motion instead of so you can barely tell the raindrops are there. But this is a really nice, beautiful church as we're driving in Ireland. It's got like a graveyard, a cemetery that was like really old stones in there. There's a very big high arch. There's a tower in there. I think it was built in the 1800s. And you can see, man, the architecture is great. That little dip right here that you're seeing, that is not the bend from the toilet. That's just an architectural thing. Yeah, there you go. Anyway,
that was like at a quarter of the speed that you actually.
I should have previewed these. Okay, because that was.
No, I liked it. That was actually
that was something.
That was actually teetering on the edge of a good.
That might have almost have been something.
Doggone it! I'm pushing.
That might have qualified as
next slide. Oh, here we go. Here's another. Yeah, go ahead and press play on that. Here's another really nice.
Does this one need audio?
No.
Whoa, this looks like it's.
It slows down. No, yeah. So here you can see the beautiful cemetery, and then there's so.
And your backpack again.
So there's a couple things there. A backpack. You could see the.
Did you forget that the video was running?
The carpet of the seats that we were on. No, you don't have to press pause. Let it keep going.
I didn't pause it. It's going.
Pause. This is a minute and 10 seconds of the floor of the bus.
Yeah.
Well, so when you're videoing on a bus with your phone, so I wasn't using an actual camera. It was just a phone. But I don't know about you, but I drop my phone at least 10 times a day. So in the middle of that, obviously, I dropped my phone. And this is just, I wanted to give you guys a sense
still in slow motion
of what it was like to be on the trip. This is
still in slow motion.
People edit things and you don't get a sense of what it was like to be on the trip. And there it is.
Oh, that inside of your hand is frightening at quarter speed.
Yeah. Oh, you saw my snack bag.
I did.
There you go.
So there was snacks.
That was great.
Next slide, please.
That was my favorite.
How much more I have? Do I have things?
It's playing again.
No, the next slide. Oh, here's another picture of Melody taking
Oh, no.
a picture.
Doggone it.
Wait, stop on anyone you want. We can...
Melody, that castle is cool.
Yeah.
That's okay. So this is if you ever travel to Europe, here's a good example of what you do expect. So if you like really old things, so we were in York, and it's like the oldest wall in England is in here. So we're like, oh crap, there's a Roman wall in York, England. And I said, well, that's beautiful. That's awesome. I want to see it. Where is it? He's like, it's that rock right there.
Yeah.
It's like a 1.5 foot pile of rocks sticking up out of the grass. And so things that you see like this, and you say, wow, this is a beautiful, when was this built? And they say, oh, 1930s. And it has almost zero history. It was just a rich guy that he kicked a bunch of farmers off their land. He was even a jerk about it. He's like, 27 families were kicked off this land to build this castle. And
he designed it to look like it was a few centuries old.
That's what touring in Europe is. You're like, I want to see old things. They're like, no.
We can show you new things that look old.
Oh, well, we got this.
Yeah. So
I know what this next is.
This is when you leave it on selfie mode and you're trying to take a landscape picture. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted to show that one.
That's him thinking. That's him looking at the oldest wall in Europe.
So
that's the opposite of an upper decker, right there.
Castle,
the lower crane.
The castle had a beautiful garden, and it was that was one of my favorite flowers. I ran to. They actually were selling seeds, so I'm gonna plant these at home, and so I can't wait for you guys to come to my place when they finally bloom. And you can come see my lower cranny. That joke was a month in the making.
I would absolutely move to a town called Lower Cranny.
Guys, you have to plant this in your yard because that's the only way that you can tell this joke. And he's like, hey, come on over. We'll have some coffee and I'll show you my lower cranny. Just for the looks. And you go, no, it's this flower right here. Okay.
Hey, you want to see step out back and see my lower cranny?
Yeah. What is this? Oh,
looks like some
go ahead and press play. Yeah.
Does it need the audio?
No. This is Irish.
No.
These are Irish sheep.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to watch this.
It's a minute and 50 seconds almost.
And they're not moving. Oh, they're moving in slow motion. I see now. Okay.
There's no surprise. Like the other one had a surprise. This
is the longest video in the whole slideshow.
A lot of times, because if you leave sheep at regular speed, they just move so fast that you can't see them. So you got to slow the sheep
you really
down.
want to take in I want them to look alive, with the picture, the 2-dimensional picture, no big deal. But I panned back and forth. Okay,
yeah.
I went both directions.
It looks, at first glance, it looks like a field full of rocks, but then one of them is moving.
Look at that one.
Yeah, that one's There's a sheep.
I see it.
Okay.
I see it.
There's another maybe minute of this, but
I'm waiting for the
next slide, please.
Okay, we'll just do that. Yeah.
So if you hit next, will it advance?
We'll watch it. We'll watch it in the Afford party because that really is I thought this was a nice picture.
It is.
That in the foreground is Jack and Lindley. Jack's our drummer, and they got married in February, and this is their first trip to Europe.
Yeah.
And I thought, let's take a landscape picture with them with some Ireland in the background, and then our guitar player decides, I'm gonna do a Captain Morgan pose. Yeah, let me ruin this. So there you go. That's it. That's called. Wow, I can't even remember the name of the city. Anyway,
it's pretty great. I like that Ferris wheel. It's very picturesque.
We didn't ride it. It was the. Oh, go ahead and press play. So this is actually funny because to me it was, but I showed pictures of she's wanting to get like a TikTok kind of a reel or something on her social media stuff. So she's like, I'm going to do a little jump and you can be, and he's like, okay, so I'm going to count to 3 and you go. And it's just basically them trying to get something on social media, but it's it's just them trying to. So she doesn't know when to go. Should you go now?
Trying to direct it.
Just chime it out. Oh no, it didn't work.
And he's like, "What?
Jack, come on! I was trying to do the jump, and you won't let me do it on the." And there's.
All right, now do it.
Nope. Didn't work that. So how much is left?
This is like a 10-second video they're trying to make, and they can't get the timing.
Okay. Now do it. Okay, do it now.
Okay, I'm all ready.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
When I say action, then you jump and
wait. Go. Oh, dang it! And he's like, "Do you want me to do it after or while you're in the thing?"
While you're in the air, it's like, never mind. I don't want to.
Oh, Jack. And that's how you can tell they're newlyweds because.
And there's the bench that they were just on.
Yeah, right? This is an Irish bench.
An Irish bench.
Next slide, please.
They have, they're just like us. Oh, we can
there's Melody.
I think everybody needs to see this, and she'd hate it. But
is she taking?
I just needed. There we go. I just want everybody to see the hero walk.
Yeah, that's the
of like
the
what's
credits
the music,
of a BBC show.
What's the music that you would be playing here, JT? Can you do a little?
Yeah,
something
sure.
epic. I'm thinking of the first thing that popped in my head was a Rocky montage, but
oh yeah, we could do that.
Oh, that one. Oh, she's rolling up her sleeves, folks. Get ready to. Okay, that's it.
Next slide, please.
I think I was thinking of the one from Rocky 4 where it's like okay.
Oh,
this looks like I'm just sitting on a bench, but it's actually this is important to me. So
yeah,
but I'm still looking like a doof on here. I thought I was looking pretty cool. I'm like, I'm gonna be, Anyway, it's this is from Belfast. C.S. Lewis was born in Belfast. Yeah. C.S. Lewis is my by far favorite author, but this is a statue they made for his honor. It's called The Searcher, and it's like the professor from Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe looking into the wardrobe, but it's got a line on the back and stuff. That was just kind of cool. I thought you guys would like
Very
that.
Cool.
There's the whole little park. Oh, by the way, do you see the guy on the scooter in the back?
Yeah,
back on the left. Yeah,
it's like he's coming out of the wardrobe, like he's exiting Narnia.
Yeah, guys, did you know that they have scooters in Narnia? Anyway,
next slide, please.
They have a little chair you can sit there and do that stuff.
Ooh,
what did a take? This is the Titanic Museum. These are getting serious all of a sudden. I was like, I thought I had jokes for all these. It's a ship by the big thing in the background. The big thing in the background is the Titanic Museum. That's in Belfast too. They made it in Belfast. The interesting thing here, maybe that's what I wanted to tell you. That
been to Belfast.
That big triangle, what do you want to call that? Parallelogram up there. That's as big as the hull of the Titanic, just to let you know.
Wow.
How big that was. Yeah, that's the best. By the way, anytime you had a slideshow, remember this at home and you're going through, that's the best reaction you get. People go, oh, wow. That's why Owen Wilson is the best guy to have for slideshows.
Next slide, please.
Wow.
Wow.
What's this?
Then that's the boat I was on. When I took the other picture. This would have been way better last week. So now I can't remember what I did. But that's called the Nomad.
This is more true to life. This is more true to the original slideshow.
Now it actually feels like a bad slideshow. Because they're like, oh, okay. This is the boat that would take you to the Titanic. It's called the Nomad. And like they actually had second and third class on this boat too.
Right.
It was the ferry to take you to Titanic, but they still wanted to keep the poor people isolated. Look, can you guys go down into the hull? What if we sink? No, it's fine. If you guys get wet, just yell up and let us know, and we'll start the evacuation process.
We'll do something to fix it.
But,
it doesn't. There's no water. How does that boat float? It looks like it's sitting on.
It's just a museum. Yeah, that's where it's dry dock. It's the
okay.
Anyway, grave dock.
Next slide, please.
Okay, this is getting to be like she said. This is going to be like a real slideshow. What's this?
Oh, this looks like somebody's walking on.
Let's see the audio on this. See what happens here.
Here, back it up.
Oh, I know what I was doing. This little Irish girl was talking, and I wanted to get it.
And you were to capture.
And then she stopped talking. Okay, that was.
Oh, darn it!
There you go. That's the wheel.
Next slide, please.
Okay.
You should have walked up to her real creepy and said, "Keep talking."
Hey, Can you keep talking for me? But I think have you guys ever seen a time clock?
No.
Here's this is the one.
Time clock, you
This
say?
is what they had. Yeah, this is what they had in the Belfast Museum, in the Titanic Museum. They invented a time clock so they could keep time for when they were making the ship. And they'd be like,
Wow.
"It seems like we've been out here all day. How are we gonna know when to go home and eat supper?" And like,
Let's
I've
look
got
at the time clock.
Yeah, we got a time clock. Anyway, that's
Like
Next slide, please.
That's
Have
why
you
go to
guys
museums.
have you guys ever seen a date calendar?
Here's another blurry picture I took in England of Melody walking my English manor house.
That has kind of an impressionist look about it.
It kind of looks cool, and I should probably sell it to a what would that be an ad for? Like I feel like that's a coffee, like a specialty coffee,
Taster's
a coffee
choice.
subscription service.
Make that an NFT.
Subscribe. Oh, NFT. I got to get on that NFT money before it all falls through. Look up Whiston House. That's where we were. And there's a
Next slide, please.
there was a big festival there. And this is inside the Whiston House.
That's
These
the
are two of our crew guys. If you look up, they're reproducing the moment from that painting that's behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a mirror.
It's very
like
regal. It's like they do it. It's perfectly. Anyway, that's inside.
Next slide, please.
Perfectly.
What is this?
This is another.
Okay. So this is the ride home. We don't need audio. Then there's like 20 guys in bathrobes, and we're in the security line at the airport, and it said bathrobes, more like bathrobes. This is on our way out. I think they were like a bachelor party or something, but they're all in bathrobes
And that merited a video.
a stalker video, no doubt. Because I was like this, I was hiding behind Melody, going, I think I'll hold my cell phone abnormally high, and what am I? Look at all these interesting articles of it. Yeah, so
I'm just checking my email.
I didn't want to get beat up by the bath bros.
You don't want to get beaten up in an airport by a bunch of guys wearing bathrobes. No.
Is that the end? Is that the last one? Let's just, in case, let's do another.
Let's do
this.
I hope not.
Next slide, please.
If there's another slide.
There is.
Yeah,
forgot
and
about
this is the Netherlands, and we went to a festival. You can see that?
There's a troll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as a bonus, see if we can pronounce this. I did not even ask, but I know the J is pronounced like a Y, right? Pinsegoedjeneste. Oh, Dieneste. Do you know Dutch?
It's
So
very
you
close to German.
You
Oh,
played
you
the
know that.
festival and didn't even bother to ask how to pronounce the name of the
Played at
festival.
a festival. So
It says there's one more.
I don't know if that's the name or like watch out for the wet floor or something. I don't know if that's a warning. Oh, is there another one?
It says there's one more.
Next slide, please.
Here we go.
Oh.
Ooh,
This is kind of cool. Go ahead and play that. There's audio with this that needs to go.
is this you guys on Zoom?
What?
Okay. And what it sounds like they're saying is that they're gonna grab us and put us on spits over a fire. But what they really were saying, because it sounds kind of aggressive, especially when you're going off and like everybody's. So it's just everyone who's jumping loves Jesus. That's what they were saying in Dutch. So, but when you're done with your concert, you're like, hey guys, that was great, and everybody's like, and you go, oh, what did we do wrong? You say something that bothered you, but
That's
no.
fun.
That is,
Well,
they love Jesus,
the
so.
angry mob
That's it.
is kind of dispelled when they're hopping up and down with smiles on their faces. That's sort of
Well, I
disarming.
don't know. That could be the Dutch version of angry. I didn't know.
it's true. It's true.
It's different cultures, language barriers, and such. They like
Irish
smile at
version.
you while they're stomping you. I didn't know if that's what was happening.
Hey, that's our show for tonight.
So big.
That's our show. It was bigger than I thought. I didn't realize how big it was when I made that slide. So we have to do a snappy wrap up.
So you can visit johnbrady.com to become a Click member and support the show. On there, you will find a link to the after party
Mhm.
once you become a member, and then you can join us after shows like this. Find out where Juan's going to be, castingcrowds.com. Support John Thomas Oakes at johnthomasoakes.com. Brian wasn't here tonight, but you can support him by going to patreon.com/comedybrian. And yeah, I don't know what to do, what to have you guys do.
We're gonna do the
Do the
Cliquers
randomizer.
with Irish accents.
Oh.
All right. Irish accents, go.
All right. We're going to name the Cliquers tonight. We've got
Everybody grab your corned beef hash. In Davis. Look at you, Mike Doyle. Put down your pipe.
Brenda Calder and Nathaniel Luke and Taylor Mason and Luke McKinney.
Miller, wouldn't you say that was a beautiful song?
Kendra Petty and Jeff Spiller, don't you know?
Christine Thompson still in the guardrobe.
And Olivia Wearing and Daniel Zorn are some of our favorite people.